on, you guys? It's your boy the FOOTI to the Big E here once again with another video. It's that time again. WWE, another pay-per-view on the WWE Network, Clash of the Champions. So you know what this is? This is my predictions video. Let's just straight into this, people. Let's move on. So first up, I want to speak about the bonus match on the pre-show, which is this month is Nia Jax versus Alicia Fox. I don't see this nothing more than just another Nia Jax squash job on Alicia Fox, and Nia to get the win and move on to the next pay-per-view. Maybe she gets a bit better next time, but Nia Jax with the win, people. Let's move straight on. So first up, I'm going to do on the main show is Sami Zayn versus Chris Jericho. Now, this one is a bit of an odd one for me. Not more because it's odd having Sami and Chris together. Obviously, Sami's got a great rivalry with Kevin Owens. Chris Jericho is Kevin Owens' tag team partner. But it's just that I feel Sami Zayn really needs the win here. But word has it, Chris Jericho is going to move on next month to Hell in a Cell to go into a triple threat match with Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens for the title. So I can't see Sami getting the win because Chris Jericho is going to be wanting to book strong to go on to this main event next month if they go with that angle. But for me personally, I would love Sami Zayn to get the win. I think Sami Zayn needs a massive push. But unfortunately, people, I think it's Chris Jericho for the win. So let's just move on, people. So next up, I'm going to do the New Day versus the Club. Now, the New Day is well overdue a loss now, clean, and to lose the WWE Tag Team titles. I feel that this must happen now. If they're going to do it, it's got to happen now. If it doesn't happen now, then I feel that New Day, they clearly are waiting for them to hold on to the titles to beat Demolition's record. But personally, I think the time is right. The time is now. The New Day should drop the titles to the Club. As a matchup, I think this would be a fairly decent matchup. I don't expect great things. I think it'd be a lot like their SummerSlam match, but just a little bit more fine-tuning, be a bit better. So I'm going for the Club to win, but I've been saying that the New Day will lose the titles for months on end. So, you know, guys, the New Day will probably win anyway. So let's just move on, people. So next up, I want to talk about the Best of 7 series, Sheamus versus Cesaro. At the minute, it's tied at 3 matches to the piece. This is the 7th and final match. I feel Cesaro will win the 7th match and win the Best of 7 series. To be fair, they've had more than that. I mean, Cesaro beat him two nights in a row on Raw before this even started. So really, it's a Best of 9 series, as I said in the past. Obviously, Sheamus was 3-0 up. Cesaro's won back-to-back matches on the last 2 Monday Night Raws. He also won one in London on a one-night only house show in London. So I feel that it is now time for Cesaro to get that final win and push on and win this Best of 7 series. So Cesaro for the win, people. Let's just move on. Next up, I want to talk about is the women's WWE women's title match, and I have Sasha down to win this one. Obviously, Bayley's been added to the mix now, so it's a triple threat match between Charlotte, Bayley and Sasha. I hope that Sasha wins the title. Obviously, story as it is, they are building for a big match at WrestleMania between Sasha and Bayley. Are we going to see the start of that storyline start materializing now? Is Sasha going to win the title and then go on? Or is Bayley going to win the title and then they're going to use an angle where Sasha's jealous of Bayley? We don't know. Personally, I would like to see Sasha win the title, only because if Charlotte wins, I can't really see this going on much longer with this angle. I think Charlotte should move on and do a program with Dana Brooke. So either Sasha or Bayley has to win this match, in my opinion. And I do think it'll be Sasha. I will always back Sasha. So yeah, Sasha for the win, people. Let's just move on. Next up, you've got the US title match, Rusev versus Roman Reigns, and I would love Rusev to crush Roman. I would love Rusev to crush Roman. Can I see it happening? I really don't know. If Rusev does win, it's not going to be by pinfall. I can't see them making Rusev win outright. I think there'll be a little bit of interference or a little bit of, you know what, here and there. I don't think it'll be a clean finish just like their SummerSlam match. I wouldn't be surprised if the title does change hands to Roman. I don't think much of Roman would really get out of a US title run, to be honest. So hopefully the title stays with Rusev. Rusev crush Roman, and we can move on to bigger, better things for the Bulgarian Brute. Let's move on, people. So up next, I'm going to talk about the newly won WWE Cruiserweight Championship, which is owned by TJ Perkins. TJ Perkins will be taking on the man Brian Kendrick, that a lot of you will know as Spanky if you go back from WWE for a while ago. I expect this to be a classic, you know. I expect these lot to just lay it all out there, have an absolutely classic match, just for the simple fact is that that's what the Cruiserweight Classics was. Every match through the whole tournament was out of this world, and I think the tradition will just carry on in this match, and Brian Kendricks and TJ Perkins will give you a massive, massive, great match. But I predict that TJ Perkins will stay and remain your WWE Cruiserweight Champion, and me personally, I'm excited about the Cruiserweights being back and being back on a pay-per-view. So let's just move on. Last but not least, we've got the main event. Kevin Owens defending his Universal title versus the man, the architect, Seth Rollins. Now, I think that Kevin Owens will keep the title. I think Kevin Owens will actually hold the title on for a while. Obviously, they've tipped to do this match next month with Jericho, him and Rollins in a Hell in a Cell triple threat match. I don't think Kevin Owens is going to ring this match clean. I think there will be a little bit of interference along the way, whether it be Triple H. There is rumours that Triple H is going to make an appearance at Clash of Champions, so this might be where it is. Obviously, the rumour is that they're going to go with this whole thing with Triple H, that he's been... that Stephanie's basically been having an affair with Seth Rollins behind Triple H's back. That's why she's been doing the whole thing of he embarrassed me on TV, blah, 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 blah. So if you listen to the dirt sheets and you read the dirt sheets, that's what they're going for, that Seth Rollins had an affair with Stephanie behind Triple H's back, and that's why Triple H has suddenly turned on the man, the architect, Seth Rollins. But I believe this match will be pretty good. I'm really looking forward to Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins putting on a good match in this one. And yeah, and Kevin Owens to remain your World Universal Champion, people. Let's just move on. So in a nutshell, that is your matches for Clash of Champions. I actually expect this to be a really, really good show. It is Raw's first solo pay-per-view since the brand split. And unlike the Backlash pay-per-view, I'm really, really looking forward to this one. It feels like it's been built up well because Raw's had more time to do it than obviously SmackDown did. SmackDown only had 2 weeks to get Backlash out there. So this one's had time. They've built it really, really well. I feel there'll be good things to come from this pay-per-view. Just a case of WWE once again making sure that Monday Night Raw is the A-list show in the WWE brand. I don't know, but I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. And I'll see you guys on the flip side with another video soon for the results show, probably on Monday. And remember to like, share, subscribe, all that lovely stuff. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And I'm your boy FOOT, out to the big E. I'm out here. Bless, guys. Peace.